So do you also use Zoho Forms and LearnWorlds for your business? Then this video is definitely for you. So hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect, and in this video we are going to understand how to create LearnWorlds user on Zoho Forms submission. So with here I'm running a Edutech company and we offer free courses to all our potential clients, and we use Zoho Forms to collect the registrations for these free courses. So now what I want is that as soon as a new form submission is made in my Zoho Forms, automatically the one who has registered for the free course should be enrolled into that free course in my LearnWorlds account too. That too without any manual efforts. So to do this, we are simply going to create a connection between Zoho Forms and LearnWorlds. To create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So do you also want to create this automation for your business? Then for that you have to come with me towards my screen.
Welcome to my screen. So in this video, I'll show you how to automatically create a LearnWorlds user when a Zoho form submission is received. So this integration ensures that every form submission seamlessly enrolls user in LearnWorlds platform, streamlining the onboarding process. So to get started, I've simply opened the landing page of Pabbly by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. It is very easy, and as soon as we're going to open the landing page of Pabbly, we are going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on this sign up for free and you're going to get 100 of hours free every month to explore the application. But over here, I'm an existing user, so I'm just going to click on this sign in, and as soon as we're going to click on this sign in, it is opening all Pabbly apps, and over here you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications, which is Zoho Forms and LearnWorlds. So I'm just going to click on this access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connect account, and as soon as we're going to click on this access now right over here, it is opening our dashboard. And to start with this automation, we simply have to click on this button which says create workflow, and now it is asking me for the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So over here on my dashboard you can see multiple folders which I have already created in which I save my workflows. So if you want to learn how to create a new folder or a subfolder, you can refer to this hyperlink given right over here which says learn more. I want to save my workflow in this folder which says automations, and I want to name my workflow as this, which says how to create LearnWorlds user on Zoho Forms submission, Zoho Forms to LearnWorlds, and then we simply have to click on this create. And as soon as we're going to click on this create, yes, you can see it is saying workflow created successfully. So yes, now it is opening the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. So trigger and actions are the two main principles on which our workflow will run. All right, trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the actions are response towards the commands given by our trigger, and that's the particular reason that we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger in a particular workflow. And to get started, we simply have to select our trigger application, and for my trigger application I'm just going to select it as Zoho Forms. So I'm just going to search for Zoho Forms over here, and as you can see the same, so we are simply going to select it. And now for the trigger event, I'm just going to select it as new form submitted, and now it is giving me a webhook URL. So we are going to use this same webhook URL in order to create a connection between our Zoho Forms and our Pabbly Connects workflow. So what we're going to do is, first I'm just going to copy this webhook URL, and then we have to follow this help text, and it is saying log into your Zoho Forms account, go to the existing form you want to integrate, and then click on edit. Visit the integrations, webhooks, and then configure webhook. Enable the webhook status, copy the above webhook URL and paste it in the webhook URL field. Alright, we're going to follow the same. I'm just going to open my Zoho Forms account, and over here you can see all the forms which I've already created. But if you want, you can create a new form too. You can go towards this new form and create your own. I'm just going to use one from this only, which is this course registration form. So I'm just going to go towards the same form for which I want to create this automation and go towards the edit of that particular form. And after coming over here towards the edit of this course registration form, form, we are simply going to go towards the integration tab given right over here. Alright, and now from the left side of the bar, we are going to look for webhooks and go towards this webhook section. And now as you can see that I've already enabled this webhook status, so you have to enable it if it is disabled in your case. Now after enabling this webhook status, you have to enter the webhook URL. So you can simply paste the webhook URL which we copied from our workflow right over here. And now for the content type, you have to select it as application/JSON. For the authorization type, you have to select it as journal. Enter the payload parameters right over here like I've already done. And then you simply have to click on this save. And as soon as you're going to click on this save, yes, with this you have successfully added your webhook URL in your Zoho Forms account. And with this you have successfully created a connection between our Zoho Forms and our Pabbly Connect's workflow. But now it is saying waiting for a webhook response. And in the notes it is saying do a test submission/record. So in order to capture this webhook response, we have to do a test submission or record. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to open my Zoho Forms, and as you can see the button of access form. So we have to go towards this access form button, and we're going to do the registration for this course, which is a free course. Let's say for the first name, I'm just going to keep it as dummy, last name as user. You can see the phone number. And now for the email address, I want it to be dummyuser556@pabblytudes.com. And then we are simply going to click on this submit. And yes, you can see, thank you, your response has been submitted. So this means that we have successfully did the test submission. And now what has happened is that Zoho Forms has sent the details of our test submission to our workflow. So I'm just going to open my workflow, and we're going to wait for a few seconds till Pabbly is going to capture the response of our test submission right over here. And yes, you can see that Pabbly has captured the response. You can see the same first name which we entered, same last name which we entered, same phone number which we entered, and the same email address which we entered. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our trigger step. And now what will happen is that as soon as a new form submission is made in my Zoho Forms, automatically this workflow is going to get triggered and Pabbly is going to capture the response for the same. Alright, so further what I want to create LearnWorlds user on Zoho Forms submission. So for my action application, I'm just going to select it as LearnWorlds. So I'm just going to search for LearnWorlds right over here, and as you can see the same, so we are simply going to select it. And now for the action event, I'm just going to select it as create user, and then we're clicking on this connect. And now it is asking me to add a new connection or select an existing connection. So if you have already connected your LearnWorlds account with your Pabbly Connect's workflow, you can click on this select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection. And now it is asking me for the API URL, client ID, confirm client ID, and the client secret. So it is saying in the help text that we are going to get all of these from settings, developers, and then APIs. Alright, we're going to follow the same. I'm just going to open my LearnWorlds account, and now from here we have to go towards the left side of the bar, and as you can see these settings, so I'm just going to go towards this settings. All right, and after coming over here towards the settings, we have to go towards the developers again from the left side of the bar, and then towards the API. You can see the API URL, the client secret, and the client ID. So I'm just going to copy all of these right from here. First I'm just going to copy this client ID. We're going to paste the client ID right over here, and then the confirm client ID too, and then we are going to copy this API URL right from here, and then we're going to paste it right over here in our workflow. And same goes for client secret too. I'm just going to copy it right from here and paste it right over here in our workflow. So now after pasting all of these, we simply have to click on this save. And as soon as we're going to click on this save, yes, you can see that with this we have successfully connected our LearnWorlds account with our Pabbly Connect's workflow. Now it is asking me for the email and the username. And as you can see that now it is asking me for many other details too. So yes, I'm just going to enter these details one by one, but we are not going to enter it manually or by copy pasting it like this, but instead we're going to map it. So you must be wondering what is mapping. So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected Zoho Forms as our trigger application. So we are simply going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only. And as soon as we're going to map these details, automatically these details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. Alright, so I'm just going to map the email. I'm just going to open the response and map this email. Same we're going to do with the username too. So where for the username, I'm just going to map the name of my delete. All right, so I'm just going to map dummy, put a space, and then I'm just going to map the last name. We're going to move on forward. It is asking me to set the password. So over here I don't want to set the password. If you wish, you can definitely set the password too. It is saying subscribed for email marketing. I'm just going to keep it as true. We are going to move on forward. You can see that now it is asking for many another details. So as you can see, all of these details are not the required details. We are leaving it as blank. If you wish, you can definitely fill out these details too, but I don't wish to do so. So I'm just going to click on this save and send test request. And as soon as we're going to click on this save and send test request, yes, you can see that we have received a positive response. That with this, we have successfully created a new user in our LearnWorlds account with these same details. So I'm just going to open my LearnWorlds account and check for the new user created. So I'm just going to open my LearnWorlds account, and now from the left side of the bar, we are going to go back towards the dashboard. And after coming over here towards the dashboard, we are going to go towards the users from the left side of the bar. All right. And yes, over here you can see a new user has been created. I'm just going to show you the user details. You can see the same name and the same email address which we entered. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow. But now I'll just test this workflow once, and this time I'm going to give you a real-time example. So what we're going to do is we are going to do the test submission with the new details. Let's say for the first name, I'm just going to keep it as testing. For the last name, I'm just going to keep it as user. You can see the phone number. And now for the email, I'm just going to keep it as this. Now after entering all of these details, I'm simply going to click on this submit. And now what has happened is that Zoho Forms has sent the details of a test submission to our workflow. Pabbly captured the response, triggered the workflow, and further created a new user in our LearnWorlds account too. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to open my LearnWorlds account and check for the new user created. But this time we are not going back to our workflow to click on save and send test request. I'll directly open my LearnWorlds account, and I'm just going to refresh this user's page in order to check for the new user created with these same details. And yes, you can see a new user has been created with these same details. You can see in real time, within seconds, a new user has been created without any manual efforts. You can see the same name and the same email address which we entered. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow, and we have also tested it in real time. So now what will happen is that as soon as the new form submission is made in my Zoho Forms, automatically a new user would be created in my LearnWorlds account too. That too without any manual effort. This workflow is going to run in backend, and we can just sit back and relax. So yes, this was it for the video, and if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. And for your reference, I'll just clone this workflow and share the workflow link in the description box so that you can access my workflow. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you for watching.
So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can integrate many more applications. So if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.